Welcome, all you professional wrestling fans, to another episode of Squared Circle Speak, your home for any and everything professional wrestling. And today we are talking another week in AEW. We had three shows this week. They actually had them all done. We had Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision, and we're on the road to Double or Nothing. I am Ryan. With me, as always, is my partner Nathan. And let's get into it with this week in AEW.
Yeah, this is the go home week to Double or Nothing, so you think there'd be some good stuff here, right?
You'd think, but then we had Bryan Danielson wrestling Satnam Singh, so
Yeah, that was
you
oh
know,
my.
you know, that's really what I want to see on the go home to Double or Nothing.
What did Satnam Singh have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Like
I
what did that have to do?
it
What did that
didn't.
have to do with yeah,
It
that
had
made no
nothing.
sense.
He's not involved at all. I don't know. I have no idea. But we kicked off Dynamite with Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay versus Trent and Roderick Strong. So a little tag team match between opponents at Double or Nothing. And, this was what it was. It was a fun little tag team match. But Trent and Strong, they let the heels go over as Trent um and Roderick pinned Orange Cassidy in this one. So
Yeah, rare loss by Orange Cassidy.
good build up to these matches at the pay-per-view. I mean, they're gonna wrestle each other. It's always an easy
Yeah,
way of booking a pre-match thing is to have them wrestle tag team matches. I'm not mad at it. If you're booking,
yeah, they
easy
they
way of
did
booking
something
it.
right here.
Yeah, it's
They
easy.
did something right here.
Finally. Uh but we did have Death Triangle back. Um um we had a big promo here with the Bang Bang Gang. Triangle is back. Ray Phoenix, Pac, Pentagon, all back, and they made a late title match here. 6-man title match will happen at Double or Nothing. So we did not predict that because we pre-recorded all of our stuff, and we did not know that they were going to be making this match. But it's cool to see Phoenix and uh, Pentagon back.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
so that's cool. That match, it's a 6-man match. It's going to be crazy.
It
FC
seems like that. It seems like that AAA deal is kind of fizzled out. So it seems like we might get Bray, Phoenix, and Pentagon on shows a lot more now.
hopefully, yeah. The FTW Championship Eliminator Triple Threat match: Sabata, Hook, and Brian Keith. So we had the double winners on NXT, and then we go to AEW, and we have double winners in this match. They did it this
Yeah,
way. It was a double submission, but Sabata and Hook both made Keith tap out, and so it becomes a triple threat match. And it's a very
yeah, very
quick
interesting.
match. This match did not have a lot of time, and it was very, very quick. Um, we had a lot of matches on this show. We had 7 matches on this Dynamite, and a lot of them went really quickly. Takeshita defeated Matt Sydal very, very quickly. This was a squash. And then Swerve took on Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne looked good. Um, he looked good in this match, but this was all just about Swerve building momentum. Swerve beat him pretty quickly, but then after the match, Christian and Kill Switch and all of them come in. But then Prince Nana came out, and then this was just weird.
Yeah,
I don't get Prince Nana. I really don't. He just walked out like with a coffee. Like it just like the
well, not only that, but that's a weird build-up for a main event
yeah,
style match.
yeah. Malachi Black had a singles match on this show as he defeated Kyle O'Reilly. This was just
This
a
was a this was a good match,
it was good. They beat the shit out of each other.
but yeah, this is 2 singles matches in a row coming up for Aleister Black, Ryan. How you feel about that?
Well,
Or Malachi Black, sorry.
it's interesting. I mean, we all heard the reports that he didn't want to do singles, but maybe he changed his mind. He gets a win here. He got a bloodbath after this match.
Yeah, how you feel about that?
I don't like it.
I mean, it was a lot too. It wasn't just a
Dude,
little.
Jesus Christ, man.
I don't even know how they were able to wrestle after that. Like, how'd they get that cleaned up?
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was so much crap. And then Copeland showed up on the flight of stairs, and he basically said what we've been saying, is that he might take over the House of Black. So he's gonna do Judgment Day the way he wanted to do it with the House of Black. Soraya and Harley Cameron took on Tony Storm and Mariah May. Storm and May get the win. Why is this match happening?
Because remember Tony Storm and Harley had a match, and
Yeah, but Tony Storm's feuding with Deeb.
I guess he's feuding with multiple people at the same time. I don't know.
Deeb attacked Storm after the match. She walked in a single break Boston Crab with a chair, which was pretty cool. That's the build to their match. And then here we go. Danielson versus Satnam Singh. Let me tell you, this match was awful. There was no reason for this match to happen. I guess technically, this you could say that, the Young Bucks made this match to punish Daniel Bryan. I guess Bryan Danielson. I guess could be the reason, since they're the EPs. I guess that is the way you can look at it, is they made him wrestle a monster before the pay-per-view because I'm assuming that's the reason.
Okay, I can see that, but still, this was really bad. And Satnam Singh has been there for 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
And if that's all he can do, then
he did nothing.
To let that go.
Yeah, he didn't do anything in this match.
He was like C tier Great Khali.
It's awful. He did like a suplex, and that was like it. That's all he did. It's just awful. After the match, the EVPs come down, Young Bucks, and then Jack Perry and Okada all come down, and then fucking Darby Allin shows up. He's driven to the arena by Tony Khan, and he comes out with a goddamn flamethrower. Jesus Christ. What? What the fuck?
Well, here's the thing: is this is the third time they've done this match, or fourth time?
Third. I think this is the third Anarchy in the Arena, because they had Stadium Stampede twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, and they got to outdo themselves every time, right? So
they had yeah, because they had Eddie Kingston come out with like the gas can that one time, so now they just upgraded to flamethrower. Jesus Christ. We had a Rampage as well. He started off with Pac versus Rocky Romero. Pretty good little quick match with Pac getting the win.
Why does Rocky Romero keep coming here to get beat? I just don't understand. Does he still have a deal with ROH? So he fucking is doing these deals? I don't know.
So weird. He just shows up randomly and gets beat, and then leaves for a while. Like, he just comes in, gets beat, then he'll be back in about 2 months.
So weird.
Samoa Joe beat some dude named Dom Kubrick. Beat him in like a minute.
Yay. Why is Samoa Joe doing squash matches?
I don't know what the point of this was. Roosh versus Isaiah Cassidy. Roosh won. This match went way too long, as this was just Roosh whooping his ass the whole time. Like, Isaiah Cassidy got a little bit of offense in, but yeah, this was pretty much Roosh just whooping his ass. But Roosh looked good. Hopefully they start doing something with him. I would like to see him be fighting for titles or something. Right now he's just randomly wrestling on Rampage. I would like to see him get more. So hopefully this leads to more for Roosh. And your main
Right.
event was Statlander and Nightingale versus Anna Jay and Alex Windsor. I do not know who Alex Windsor is. But Statlander and Nightingale win the match. This match went short. I felt like they could have took some time off the Roosh match and gave it to this match. It was a good match, but yeah, Roosh they had Roosh go long, I think. That match should have been shorter. This match could have got a little bit more time. After the match,
Yeah, and you would think after 5 years they'd have that figured out.
the main event should always be, in my opinion, one of the should get more time. It's the main event. After the match, Mercedes came out. She looked for the moneymaker on Statlander, but Will makes a save. And then she tried to hit the power bomb, but Mercedes, got free, and then there was a big brawl. So, leading up to their match at the pay-per-view. So, I mean, they're doing, at least they're, trying to have some sort of reasoning for these matches happening, and they're trying to build up to the pay-per-view. So, then we had Collision Saturday night. First match was Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Lance Archer and the Righteous.
So, what the fuck? I don't understand how you can have Tanahashi, one of the biggest stars in the history of Japan, just show up out of nowhere with no build, no advertising.
Nope. He was advertised as a mystery opponent, mystery partner.
But he was New Japan for a long time, like him and Okada.
I mean, he still is.
And
He's
you just
running the show, isn't he?
Yeah, he's running the show now. I don't know why that threw me off, man.
Yeah. He wins the match too.
Yeah.
He gets the high fly flow and gets the win. I mean, cool. I liked seeing Tanahashi, but this was so weird to just bring him in randomly with no build, no story. Just have him in this match. And then he doesn't, the thing is, he teamed up with, they could have had Tease and Okada thing, they could have done so much more, tease something. He just came in, wrestled this match, and then was never seen again. So weird. It's like, if you're going to bring him in, at least advertise him so you get the ratings pop from it. I don't know. The Lucha Brothers took on the Gun Club. With the, what the heck's going on? The Lucha Brothers getting the win. This was just to set up the, triple threat or the 6-man tag match that's going to happen at the pay-per-view. So, pretty good match. It was your typical tag team match in AEW. A lot happens. Everyone gets their shit in, but yeah, it was a good little tag team match. And then Kyle O'Reilly beat KM. What a name.
So this guy,
wasn't he an Impact?
This guy, he was in Impact for 10 years ago. I don't understand how all of a sudden he's getting these matches in AEW, but
he's not good.
Well, he's not good, and why is he not on Rampage? Why is he on Collision against Kyle O'Reilly? They actually let him get some stuff in. I don't.
He's apparently he's a producer for AEW.
Okay.
So that's why I guess they just let him wrestle. That'd be like WWE letting just Abyss show up for a match just randomly. Just because he's a producer. It's so weird. Why you didn't have anyone else you could have put in this spot? And why did this match happen? Kyle O'Reilly's not in any feuds. He's not you just put this match for no reason.
Yep.
It's so dumb. I didn't understand this match at all. Then we had a weird ass fatal 4-way tag team match for no reason. We're just gonna have a 4-way match four-way tag team match just because.
Yeah, they didn't get nothing for winning this match.
Yeah, it was the House of Black, the Gates of Agony, the Acclaimed, and the Infantry. House of Black get the win, but there was no like number one contender on the line. There was no future tag team title shot. It was just a fatal four-way tag team match just to have it. Layla Hirsch took on Mariah May. There was a spot in this match where May took Layla Hirsch and just put her face in her boobs. Why'd this happen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. They I don't know. Sometimes like people get upset about stuff like this, and then other times they just go along with it. And I don't understand what the rules are. Because you'd think like people would be like mad about this because they had her kiss Tony Storm the other episode. Now she's doing this, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels like, you know, if they're like, because this seems like something they would do in the Attitude Era or in the early 2000s, and people would look down upon it, but nobody's looking down upon it now, and I don't understand. It's really weird.
If you know damn well that if WWE did a spot like this, the whole internet would have exploded.
Yeah.
But since it was AEW, everyone's okay with it. Because if WWE has a spot where some girl put her boobs in another girl's face, they'd be like, "Oh, look, the Divas era. They don't care." But since it was Mariah May and that's her gimmick, I guess that it's okay. I don't know. I didn't. It did it to me. It was just stupid. Like it didn't do anything. Like it was just a dumb spot. I don't know why you'd even do that. But Mariah
Yeah.
got the win. But yeah, it was just weird. That's all I saw from this match. Like all over the internet was just that spot and people just debating whether or not it was good or not. I don't know. Wasn't a fan of it myself, but then the main event was Bryan Danielson and FTR versus Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Satnam Singh again. Woo! We got to wrestle twice in 1 week. Oh my god. He didn't do anything in this match. It was mostly Jarrett and Lethal carrying the load here. But Danielson and FTR get the win after the Shatter Machine to Lethal. Obviously they're gonna win. They're in the Anarchy in the Arena match, so obviously they're gonna win. So
Poor Jay Lethal.
dude, it sucks so bad. Jay Lethal's, I mean, yeah, he's older, but damn, he's so smooth in the ring. Like it sucks that he's doesn't get to do anything. He he's always wrestling with Jarrett every time. Like he don't get to do anything on his own, and it's just he took the biggest star that was in ROH, and he's just another guy now.
You're right.
It really sucks. I'm really just I don't really upsets me. He's one of the guys that like I wish I could see more of. And it's like Roosh and like all these, like they don't get to do anything, and it's like, damn it, really wish they could see them do more. That's why I really wish ROH would be more than what it was. At least they could, he should have just kept it going the way it was and let them stay in ROH. And that way, he could have just had ROH be its own company again. He could have bought it, but
Yeah.
he didn't have to. He could have just left it going, put it on its own, keep it a separate entity from AEW, and let all these guys wrestle over there. So I don't know. I just hate it. I hate that Jay Lethal don't get to do anything. All right. Any news that you saw this weekend for AEW that we saw before the pay-per-view started?
So it's not really, the thing is, a lot of people have been saying this for a long time, but because Dave Meltzer says it now, all of a sudden it's news. But apparently a lot of wrestlers in AEW are upset that there has been no growth for them since, AEW's been around for 5 years. So think about this, Ryan. Let's put this in perspective, okay? Put this in perspective. AEW's been around as long as Nitro was around, almost.
Yep.
So in that time, only a few people have moved up from where they were in AEW. Maybe Darby Allin, but he was wrestling Cody Rhodes right when he came in.
Yeah. He's always been kind of that
So
upper
he
mid
was kind
card.
of, yeah. And maybe Orange Cassidy, you could say.
Unfortunately.
Um, I I don't know who else is. So
From the
people are
ones that have,
upset.
yeah, the ones that have been there since the beginning. Yeah. Like no one's
I mean,
kind of in the same position.
the acclaim moved their way
Yes.
up the tag team ranks. They claimed, but there's very few
I
when you
mean,
really think about it. A lot of people are just in the same spot they were
oh yeah,
when it started.
you look at Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, guys like that who are in the exact same position they were in when this company started.
I
They've
mean,
done,
Hook is doing the same thing he was doing when he started.
yeah. I mean, Swerve, but he hadn't been there since the beginning, but he moved up. But like, and that's the thing. Look at who are like who's being pushed right now. It's not the guys that
Yeah,
have been in AEW since the beginning. You got Edge, you got Swerve, you got Osprey, you got O'Reilly, Cole, you know, Roderick Strong. Like it's the guys that came in after, and I could understand guys like Starks and Hobbs and Brian Cage and people who have been there since the beginning of this company are just being overlooked. And they're still doing the exact same thing they were doing. Five years is forever in the wrestling business. 5 years
yeah,
is a long time. And to still be in the exact same position you're in after 5 years, that's got to be frustrating. It's got to be.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, when you think about it, the Shield in 3 years, the Shield went from in WWE went from being a three-man team to all being single stars to Seth Rollins being the WWE champion.
I mean, you look at 5 years, Damian Priest wasn't even in WWE 5 years ago. Now he's world champion.
Yeah.
So, like, 5 years is a long time. And you look at WWE, the way they have made, Damian Priest moved his way up. Like, there's a constant flow for WWE guys where they move up, but AEW just feels like the same people are always pushed, the same people are always at the top, and the ones that do get to move up are the ones that just showed up 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can completely understand why people be frustrated. You put 5 years into a company, and you are in. Ricky Starks isn't even there. He's not even in. He's not got nothing going on. They and Powerhouse Hobbs hasn't been on TV in forever. And those two have such a bright future. I don't understand why they wouldn't use them. Like they're both really good, and they just refuse to use. And they're both young still. That's the weirdest thing. They're both still pretty young. So why would you not use the guys that you brought in at the beginning as like your core, and then just forget about them? It
It's exactly like WCW. He said he didn't want to be WCW, but he totally turned into WCW.
it's
And
eerily similar.
I just yeah, and I don't know why I don't know. We're not bookers. We're not in there. We don't know, but it just seems to me that if you've been a fan of wrestling since as long as he says he's been a fan of pro wrestling, you think he would learn from those mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and you think if I don't know, it just seems weird to me
He's not even just a fan of wrestling.
that
He's like he's upset. Like he's a historian. Like he knows he's been a fan his whole life.
yeah,
He like studied it, and he like, why would you do the same shit that you've seen other companies do that failed? I don't.
exactly.
I, I don't get it. Yeah, I could understand people being frustrated. I mean, you bringing in Edge and Christian and yeah, Osprey comes in, that's fine. But these other guys come in and they're just taking spots from people, and
Yeah.
you're busting your ass trying to do it, and I can understand it. So I don't know. I don't know. It's probably never going to change. I mean, that's just how we do it, I guess. Like I said, we don't know what booking is like, and maybe there's some things behind the scenes that we don't understanding, but I don't know. Also news, Sting's son is potentially gonna start training to wrestle. His son that's in his fucking 30s.
Yeah, it's a little late. I mean, I know there's been some outliers like DDP, but
DDP and Kennedy both started, and MVP all started really late, but
yeah, but
still.
man, I I don't see it for this guy. I mean, he might get pushed in AEW just because he's Sting's son, and he might get, but I don't, unless he's a complete natural, I don't see it working out for him.
Yeah. Is the thing is like this dude did one move. All he did was a stinger splash, and everyone says he looked really good doing it. And it's like, dude, like, and the thing is, he's just Sting. If he's Sting's son, like, I don't know how he could, if he can find his own identity, then maybe. But if he just is Sting's son, that's nepotism at its finest. I'm sorry. Like, if he gets hired by AEW just because he's Sting's son, because you've already got fucking, I don't know if he's still there, but Brock Anderson got hired because he was the Anderson son. And it's like, you got all these people getting spots on TV that don't deserve it just because someone that works there is on TV. And that's just ridiculous. Um, if he wants to wrestle, go do it, but go do the way everyone else had to do it.
Yeah.
And go to it because and I say that because people will say, NXT, but they're training them in NXT. They're not getting thrown on national television right out of the gate. They sign with NXT with no wrestling training, and then they're training for a year in the performance center before they get put on TV. If you go to AEW out of the gate, you have no experience. You're going to get thrown on national TV and have a worldwide audience, and you just started your wrestling career. Like, that's insane. Just because your dad's Sting. Like, I don't know, man. It's a little
I
all
mean,
too
I
late.
mean that's what they did with Hook.
Yeah, Hook had no training, barely any training, and he came in. So, I, I, yeah, but Hook's young, so I just think starting your wrestling career this late is a little weird. But
No, I'm just saying that the AEW doesn't. They're going to put them on with no experience. You're getting your experience in the ring,
in front of
and
millions of people,
yeah, it's messed up.
it's like I get it, but at the same time, you probably need to let them get experience training in a ring first before you throw them on national TV.
Yeah.
But see where that leads. I don't know, man. Like I said, if he can handle it, if he does it good. If he comes in and he rocks it, I'm all for it. But it just feels like to just start wrestling because your dad, you know what I mean? Like it seems weird. It's like,
Well, not only that, it's like where was he the last 10 years?
yeah,
I mean, because he's been out of college for 10 years. So
yeah. What's he been
just
doing?
because he had this one spot, just because he had this one spot and the crowd liked it, and he got that rush for the first time. Now all of a sudden he wants to be a wrestler.
Yeah. I,
Uh, I think that's going to do it for this episode of
yeah.
AEW. Ryan, we'll get into more AEW later this week with Double or Nothing. So stay tuned for that. If you like this
Oh
content,
boy.
yeah, oh boy. If you like this content, smash the like button, tickle that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel for more of this.
Bye.